Dog gives birth. Then doctors realize they're not puppies. Meet Tia. We found her left alone in the snow with heavily pregnant. Tia is very friendly. She's struggling with her huge belly. We cannot wait to see the day she gives birth to beautiful puppies. Tia has had a bit of a rough night with not much sleep. We could say she's in the last phase now, so it shouldn't be long until we meet her puppies. So it begins. Our first puppy is born. Tia with the first 8 puppies. Now they are 12 and we rest a little more. 6 females and 6 males. Finally, Tia's delivered 15 strong and healthy puppies in less than 14 hours. 8 female and 7 males. She has done amazing throughout it all. Puppies are 2 days old. Look at how Tia navigates between the puppies when she's about to go to bed, and with her body pushing them away so no one squeezes. Many to keep track of when lying down. Puppies are 5 days old. Puppies are 10 days old. Just a little snuggle time in a puppy pool with Mom Tia. 11 days old and very sweet. Love it when they open their eyes. 2 weeks old and as sweet as ever. Only now I've had to start supporting feeding a little. Tia's doing a fantastic job taking care of them all. Yummy with food. However, the table condition leaves more to be desired. Morning cuddles and breakfast. No one has to go hungry here. Bedtime with the puppies. Exciting day for the puppies with exploration outside the puppy room and visits from puppy adopter. Finally, sun and some warmth so me and the puppies can be outside. You have to take the opportunity to enjoy when you can. We go out in the sun and stay outside as long as possible. They've now met a couple of our cats. Tia started weaning them from sliding. They're exploring both inside and out and sleeping. I can't do much more than watch these gems. Day 40. The puppy larvae appeared today to the great joy of the puppies. How healthy and happy they are now. They're ready to be adopted into a new family. Another miracle happened for these family dogs. As science advances, the concept of nature becomes less and less miraculous. But there are always a few miracles in nature that even science can't dispel. One of them is birth, and the other is the beauty of a mother protecting her children. In Snowbell's case, both of these miracles happened simultaneously. Here's her story. Snowbell was found together with her 6 puppies in the snow near Red Lake in the U.S. state of Minnesota. A community member saw Snowbell and her babies in the snow and alerted our rescue as to their plight. Officials from Red Lake's Rosie Rescue told Board Panda. It seems that the snow around them had melted from their body heat. Another community member who assists Karen Good, the founder of the shelter, brought Snowbell and her puppies to the shelter. Karen set Snowbell up with a kennel and a straw and blankets and determined that Snowbell was so emaciated that her milk had dried up. The people were surprised to find that the puppies were already 3 weeks old, and they were baffled as to how they managed to survive in such harsh conditions. But that's not all the story. Then began the arduous work of nurturing them back to health. First, Karen had to care for the pups for making them what they call a puppy gruel, which is a mixture of puppy formula and pate-style puppy food. This takes up to 3 or 4 grueling hours. What's more, puppies at this stage are extremely messy eaters, which requires cleaning their kennel after every feeding. All of the blankets need to be changed out with every feeding, so it creates a mountain of laundry. Fortunately, Snowbell is an amazing mama who kept her puppies clean, said the workers at Rosie's Rescue. Besides the puppies, Snowbell had to be nurtured back to health as well. After a few days of safety and good nutrition, Snowbell's milk came back and she was able to start feeding her babies on her own. During her time there, Snowbell had to learn to trust people and how to, as we call it, be a pet. After their amazing recovery, Karen set to work, networking with rescue partners to find a placement for Snowbell and her babies. Asha became Snowbell's new name that she acquired after her trial by cold. As we speak, the majority of them are already adopted, with Asha and 2 of her puppies waiting for their forever homes. The officials updated the Board Panda team. Let's hope the beautiful story doesn't end here and it will finally reach a truly happy ending. This mama dog survives alone. Last month, Stephanie Fikes was on her way to visit a friend when she stopped at a grocery store. In the parking lot, she spotted a brindle pitty mix panting in the sun and immediately noticed the dog's large belly. Worrying that the dog was in labor, she coaxed the pup into her car and continued on her way. Once she arrived at her friend Justin Ritchie's home, the two worked to make the dog comfortable, giving her food, water, and a cool place to rest. We took her to the vet the day after she arrived, where they found she had no chip. Then they pulled over 20 ticks from her ears and gave her a much-needed flea bath, Ritchie told the dodo. The vet said she was a healthy pregnant mama, but that it could be anywhere from 5 minutes to 5 days before she gave birth. The pair dubbed the dog Lil Mama and prepared Ritchie's home for the new arrivals. Then, a week after finding the pregnant stray, the friends were watching TV when the dog surprised them both. Stephanie was comforting Lil Mama when she said, "I don't want to be dramatic, but I think that's a puppy," Ritchie said. "The whole time we were placing bets on how many puppies she'd have. I said 8, Steph said 10, neither of us expected 15. We really didn't think 15 was that rare until we started telling our friends, he added. It took nearly an entire day for Lil Mama to finish giving birth, and the friends were so happy that all the puppies were delivered safely. We're exhausted but feeling so blessed, Richie said. They love to eat, and since Lil Mama only had so many working nipples, we're constantly rotating or giving formula to someone. With so many little mouths to feed, Lil Mama's grateful for the helping hands and has made herself at home with Richie and Fikes. She wasn't in good shape when she arrived, but she blossomed and began trusting once we filled her with love and food, Richie said. She isn't protective or aggressive towards me or Stephanie at all. At just over a week old, the puppy's main concerns are napping and eating, but Fikes and Richie are already planning out how to handle 15 rambunctious pups running around the house. Our plan is to give them a loving and comfortable home as we work hard to find them loving and comfortable forever homes, Richie said. This includes getting their first round of shots, teaching them basic training and potty training them. Thanks to social media, the friends already have a list of interested adopters ready to take the puppies when they're old enough. And they couldn't be happier that Fikes' detour to the grocery store changed Lil Mama's life and theirs. This kind of love is what we really need. Mary Killing was left in absolute shock when her 15-month-old dog Bella gave birth to 16 puppies after an appointment to have her and dad Archie neutered was canceled due to coronavirus. Mary Killing had booked in her dogs Bella and Archie at the vets, but the procedures were canceled to be rearranged for a later date when lockdown was imposed. Despite Mary's best efforts to keep them apart, Labrador/Collie Cross Bella became pregnant, and in July, the 15-month-old gave birth to an astonishing litter of 16 puppies. One of the pups sadly died, but the incredible birth is still thought to be one of the largest single deliveries ever. Mary from Cracker in Limerick said, "The neutering appointment was canceled during lockdown as it wasn't considered urgent. We tried keeping Bella and Archie, an Irish setter/English Spaniel cross, apart. We tried nappies, Vicks VapoRub, and we separated them for a couple of days. It wasn't to be, though." Bella began giving birth late on July 25th, and the 16th and final puppy came in the early hours of July 26th, with 8 boys and 8 girls arriving in just a few hours. "I was in absolute shock," said Mom of 5 Mary. "The vet told us she was going to have 8 to 10 puppies, so having 15 was quite phenomenal. It's a record, I think." Mary was watching Game of Thrones when Bella began to start panting heavily and gave birth on her lap, so she moved her onto a large duvet to deliver the rest. "We had to get a suitcase the following morning to put them in to count them as they were wriggling all over the place," she said. "It was just phenomenal. We were in awe." Luckily, lockdown has also meant that Mary has been working from home with her role at the University of Limerick and has been able to care for the large litter, which she says has been hard work. The family have chosen to keep the firstborn puppy, with her 11-year-old son Isaac choosing to name him Walter after Where's Wally as he couldn't stop hiding. The rest of the puppies are going to family and friends, including one to her eldest son Josh, 24, and Mary's not charging for the dogs and instead simply asking they're given a loving home. They were all due to leave for their forever homes this weekend. One animal who needed assistance walked around searching for help but was eventually forced to get herself help and found her way to a vet's office. As the saying goes, dogs are man's best friend. Canines are often kind, loyal, and loving, making for great companions. Like humans, dogs are also part of God's creation and deserve love and kindness as a result. A video posted to YouTube shows an animal, a pregnant dog in labor, begging for anyone to help her. Text in the video states that the canine had been abandoned by her owner, forcing the animal to seek assistance on her own. In the tear-jerking video, the animal, who is 63 days pregnant, walked up and down streets and approached gates, hoping to find someone kind enough to get her medical attention. The video adds that the animal walked up to one door, whined and pawed at the door for hours, but no one came to her rescue. Eventually, the animal in labor found her way to a veterinarian's office, who gave her the help she so desperately needed. Realizing the dog was in labor, the vet and his team sprang into action, helping the animal deliver her 12 puppies. The video shows the newly born cute little puppies helping themselves, battling one another as they nurse on their mom. But the story doesn't end there. Those extraordinary medical professionals showed kindness, love, and compassion for an animal in need. Animals are part of God's creation and deserve so much more than being dumped and abandoned like unwanted pieces of trash.